last time we watched parts 1 through 4 of Petscop, and it started off pretty light and then kind of took a really dark turn. We left off where he's kind of outside, maybe went underground, met up with not pets or kind of weird characters anymore. But
he was just going around collecting jewels.
Yeah, ran into a cemetery. Definitely got a little bit more disturbing. We definitely think
but also
something,
more intriguing.
Yeah, something weird's happening. We lost a lot of the background music, just mainly sound effects. We think it could be something with a possible suicide note
That's what I
or
think it is.
maybe like a murder pact or something. But we haven't got any real information yet to make any kind of clear theories. So today we're going to watch parts 5 through 8 and see if we could get a little bit farther, see if we could, make any more connections.
Mm-hmm. The echo.
It's like, the echo of the footsteps.
All right, so I spent a while with this, just asking as many questions as I could think
I
of.
mean, I don't even know what questions he would think about asking.
Mostly like short 3-word things. And most of the questions that I asked just produced
Why doesn't
no
he ask
answer.
about the windmill?
Or the default answer, which is I don't know. Most of them just gave me that, except for 4 of them. And I'm going to go through each of those 4 now. The first of the 4 was, who is Tiara? And capitalization does not.
That's a good
make
question.
difference.
Yeah, and Tiara was the one that
Who is Tiara?
potentially has
I
the
also
limp
tried,
that he
who
wants
is
to shoot in the
Care?
head.
Who is Mike? Who is Michael? And I tried other forms too, like just Care, just Mike, just Michael. This is the only one that.
And to recall, I think Michael's the one with the first gravesite.
Yeah.
Who
Next one.
So do you think Tara and Mike are all
So that thing
related
that
somehow?
that had the
yeah.
words, it was one of the objects on the table, if you remember from last time.
Was that the one object that we couldn't really figure out
Yeah.
what it was?
Yeah.
So there was that object. There was a Rubik's Cube,
This is a good question.
tweezers. Sorry, what was the question? I missed
Who
it.
am I? New maker? What the hell's a new maker?
I asked, where am I?
Trying to think of what else was on that table.
A Rubik's Cube, a toy car,
The
a truck,
tweezers, right?
tweezers.
So plane
Then
is,
I
you think plane of
asked,
like
who
existence or
are
plane
you?
of
The game
different
plane.
level? Did that just light up?
Yeah.
I don't know why that
Yeah.
just happened.
I still am not convinced that the narrator doesn't know why certain things are happening and everything is just chance. Also, is this a different color now? Wasn't it like a
Yeah,
pinkish
so I
color?
was saying,
Mm-hmm. Well, he said he played this earlier. He's just going through these
who are you?
questions
Yeah.
again.
I don't know why that just changed color out of nowhere.
Yeah, but he just seems like he would have known that it was going to change color.
I think it broke.
So what do we know from there? He's under Newmaker's plane.
Yeah, I don't think that even just
He is new maker.
just registered at all.
What the?
Or okay. So that's not what it said before when I put in that question.
Do you still think this is a PlayStation game?
Did not look anything like
No.
that.
Do you think this guy's in on it?
Interesting.
Yes.
Is he the only one with a copy of this game?
I mean, let me
Okay.
ask you something. You're playing this game, right? You're at home by yourself.
No.
Maybe it's at night. And all of a sudden you ask this thing a question and it's telling you to turn off the system that you're playing. And this guy's like, oh, okay. Like, he's like not affected at all.
I'll try just
I feel like he
one.
shows like no emotion to where he's played through it so many times. He's
Okay.
it's not as like shocked.
The answers are like delayed now.
Oh boy.
And he said he asked it 4 questions, right? So he already asked it the 4 questions where he got answers. So this would be a 5th question.
Yeah, I don't.
Doesn't seem to have an answer. Oh,
What the fuck?
what was that?
Marvin picks up tool hurts me when PlayStation is on or PlayStation on.
So do you think
This fucking game.
it's like a child abuse thing?
This game.
I'm telling you, this is like a suicide note.
From what though?
The
A
dude killed himself
child?
because Marvin,
Okay,
some guy named Marvin, always hurts him.
Alright, what do I have to ask now?
Who's Marvin?
Yeah, you see the colors change again?
Mm-hmm.
And it switched back again.
Do you think, what was it, Newmaker?
Mm-hmm.
That's
think-
okay.
do you
That's
think-
him.
I was gonna say, do you think that's a last name?
I don't.
Yeah, I would ask who is Marvin.
So if I put in, what was it? If I put in "Who are you" again, is that gonna
I don't.
see what
Yeah, why
happens
would you
when I
not
put that in.
ask that?
again?
Is he just trying to make it light up again?
He didn't ask this before, right?
Yeah, he did.
It didn't work.
I don't recall. Wasn't this the second question?
Tool.
No, Mike is a Newmaker.
Yeah, so that's what it said
right?
originally.
Wait. So
I put it
he's
in.
a tool.
That thing is a tool.
That thing is a tool? Yeah, that thing's a tool.
Yeah.
So Marvin used to beat him with that thing?
Well, okay, that's bizarre.
I don't know. What was the first question? Who is Teresa?
Tiara.
Tiara.
So I guess
Then
I'm
who is
gonna wait
Mike?
for that to happen again.
Newmaker.
Whoa.
But I
Oh.
guess I'm gonna end the video
I thought
now,
it was-
though.
So was it Mike Newmaker? Is under Newmaker's plane. Wants you to turn off the PlayStation because Marvin hurts him when the PlayStation's on.
With the
and that
tool,
thing
right?
is a tool. Well, it's a tool. It doesn't.
It's so damn silent.
I don't know. It's like adds to the creepiness factor. We should watch this shit in the dark.
Oh, remember being born? Wasn't that one of the questions in the room?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember where this was. It wasn't in the room where like it was the mirror version of the two, was it?
I'm not Tiara. Okay.
So does Tiara have something to do with
We're just gonna jump right into part 6.
being born?
I don't know.
So we start with the windmill, and you remember the windmill's underground, but when they go above it, it's just like the slab where the windmill he thinks would be by counting his paces, I guess. I don't know really how he determined that. But I remember in the first part that I was just doing that.
Like, who would waste their time just sitting there for 2 hours and 40 minutes?
That's
for
what I'm saying. You
39
must know
minutes?
something's going to happen. Which something's moving.
It's him.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just see a shadow. So what's he been doing for 2 hours and 39 minutes? He just walking around the windmill?
Probably trying to find the windmill.
You see it reverse?
These like ominous tones.
Yeah, like this is the creepiest part. Like, where's this background music coming in from all of a sudden?
Why is he like shaded in black?
I think he's in a shadow.
It's like
Oh,
Mr.
no.
Game and Watch. Yeah.
But also,
That's
no
just
rhyme or
like-
reason. It just started rotating the wrong way or the opposite way,
It's like he's staring at us.
right? It's like breaking the wall. And again, like, is this a camera on the game, or is this a like, where is he that he's just now scrolling into what, darkness? I'm waiting for something creepy to happen. That's not what I expected. Don't remember really seeing that symbol anywhere.
Where's my house?
So I wonder who's the real narrator of it. That's what I am interested in trying to, or intrigued in figuring out. Like a shovel and a rake? Like a big hoe? Is it the school? And a bird? We haven't seen that bird anywhere, have we?
Maybe
don't
in the
remember
first
it.
video.
Was
When
that the
when
bird
it
that was jumping back
actually
and forth between the...
the doors?
Not the one with the cage. That was like that rock kind of thing. But isn't that the second thing that he captured?
Maybe.
I don't know what's happening, but it is creepy. So what's following him? The bird? Gonna follow him where he goes?
Just imagine watching this by yourself.
Tell you, we should just turn off the lights and watch this.
So that's to what? Our left, stage right of the windmill? Is that where he went to? The way the windmill spins is like weird. Okay,
And
just
now
disappeared.
it's gone. This guy has a lot of patience.
I don't know. I would try to...
You would?
It's kind of fun, actually.
Bullshit.
Going through a 4-hour video and noticing that on one half of the video, the windmill's going in one direction, and in the other half, it's going in the other direction. And pinpointing
And something
where the change occurred.
must have happened
And,
negative at the
what
house
is
or at
this?
school. Like, it seems weird that those two specific places are being kind of pointed out. And this is back upwards.
That's neat.
So do you think the windmill's going to be there now?
I don't know. Isn't it more back?
I'm not sure. I didn't count his paces last time, but there's like what he thinks is the camera. I think we thought it looked like more like
Well,
a
that's
gun.
red now.
Yeah, it was black before.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna mention this actually in another video. I've come up here before and seen it. I've seen the camera at this height before.
Couldn't even know it was a different height.
I don't know what causes it to happen, but sometimes I just come up here and it's at this height. It makes sense in this case, I think, because
Was it
the
higher
character
before?
was like right up at the camera here.
Yeah, it's much bigger.
And it
So was
seemed
the
to be, like,
camera
at
on
this
the
level.
windmill previously? Now it's like focused on him.
Where's that bird? It is following him.
Well, this is still here.
But it's backwards.
Oh my god.
Catching the bird again.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like, was he on camera
Nothing
before?
else.
You know what it makes me think
Okay.
of? Remember Butterfly Effect?
Look at what we got.
And in Butterfly Effect, he goes back to one of the
Tonus.
previous things when he was kids, and the one like dad was like making videos of them in the basement,
I don't remember that movie.
Me neither.
and he like blacks out. That's why he doesn't have like a remember it when he was older. You think the blob monster was the first thing he caught?
Uh-oh.
What the fuck?
Talking about a dog
Uh-oh.
getting hit by a car?
Yeah.
I was the only one who still wanted to put him down.
About killing the dog?
Yeah, because he got hit by the car.
But, like, you think the family wanted to save him? This
Mhm.
kid maybe is a little deranged? You think anything weird is, like, where it's somebody's like imaginary friends, or you know how like sometimes little kids have imaginary
What have-
friends or
what have
see
I just
ghosts or
walked
something?
into? Oh, that's it. Uh-huh.
I don't even remember
Yeah,
what was
okay.
Penn from.
That's... Okay, so I actually... This is new to me.
So more
I haven't seen
characters
this.
possibly unlocked.
Those look like people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I tried going down here before, but I think actually that was before I even put in the code. So I just discovered this just
Wait, what
now.
code did he put in?
But you know what? I think actually this... I think I know what this is. This is our ABNLM. You know, you recognize the shape of this one, and then you have... So I don't know what this is here, though. Yeah, so I didn't imagine you could catch this. I mean, I walked into it. Nothing happened.
What does he think that is? Is that the kid on the bed?
Discovering a lot of interesting things. Oh, whoops. I meant to talk about this, because this doesn't do anything, right? This menu option, nothing happens. I'm guessing at some point you could name your pets.
So our battery died. So this is, we're assuming this is where we left off, right?
It's not. No, we were back a little bit. But I want to go back.
So if this
Let's
is
just
off
start
a little
here.
bit,
Yeah.
apologize.
Yeah, just,
So we'll start here because there was one thing I
sure,
noticed
that doesn't do anything.
right away when we were trying to figure out if this is
Alright.
where we left off or not. But before he noticed, that gun to me looks a little bit darker. Like it didn't look as red. I don't know, just weird with the colors. So that's right with the windmill.
Yeah, that's where the windmill's supposed to be.
So we caught that bird. We saw that. Well, now he's just in a completely different place. Oh, he's going back
Back
and
to the
talking
tool.
to the tool. So we did notice and we didn't mention that when he was kind of the shadow, it looked a little bit different.
Look like him with horns.
Yeah, I think you were saying maybe it's
Shadow monster.
something from the note that he's referencing. Maybe like an alter ego. Maybe it's somebody that tells him to do things. I'm not sure.
What the heck?
I mean, that's freaky. So I don't know. Abduction? Yeah, I think the next logical question is where's the school, right?
Like, am I dead?
Like an afterlife thing?
Yeah, like, why can't I go home?
Like purgatory? See, this part would drive me nuts more than just walking around trying to find things.
Typing us all in.
Yeah, these old school menus drive me nuts. At least you could wrap around.
So he's dead.
Can't go home. What did it say? Where was the school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can't go back in time.
So maybe he's out of school.
Maybe the school's gone.
Those like eyes.
This game is trying very hard to make it seem like there's an entity in it,
Yeah, I can see that.
like a ghost or an AI trying to communicate with me.
I mean, if it's AI, it's way
It's
too
interesting,
advanced for a PlayStation game.
but the way you know that there's a ghost in a game trying to communicate with you is if it comes out, if it stops being distant,
Like, is he not trying to preface
and it
something?
comes out and you can have
This is like a digital Ouija board.
a real-time back and forth with it.
But like, he's trying to lead you to think something.
And it stops being so one way. Like I leave my PlayStation and it comes out and does this whole pre-recorded thing.
I'm saying the ghost is coming out of his PlayStation and playing the
And
game.
well, the closest thing that's happened to that is last video. It actually answers my questions, but it only responded to 2 of my questions. And the first question I asked, I didn't even answer that question. So, no obvious interactivity happening.
Do you think if he
No,
went back
it
to the
answered the
room
second
where the
question
kids are
perfectly.
sitting on the bed, he could collect them now that there's like those shadows and question marks in his like pet list?
Possibly.
So, not entirely convincing yet. But, looking forward
I still
to what
don't get the
might
whole
see
point of the
next.
pet
It's very
list yet.
interesting, this game.
Again, unless they're like,
Because you can walk around
imaginary
and
friends or
will
something.
just happen. Because I created a new file, and I tried to be scientific about it. I went and did all the same things that I did this time, and the same things did not happen. None of the things happened. None of the oddities occurred. Like the thing in the mirror room, for example. So there's a bit of randomness in it, and it's interesting how it doesn't seem to really care if you see everything, I guess.
I don't know, I feel like even though the things are random, it's definitely trying to point you into some direction, right? Or
Yeah,
like
so it's interesting.
lead you to some kind of conclusion. The game, quote unquote.
Jumping into part 7.
So I think a lot of information in the last.
2 videos.
Yeah, definitely not getting any,
He's back in the mirror room.
just getting weirder, if anything. So do you think this is like a way of how whoever this created this game is like how they see themselves in the mirror? Kind of. I would also be curious if the time on the clock ever changed. No, in this game, something weird with that would happen.
Well, it's 4:30, so just remember that for next time.
Who knows if he comes here? He jumps all over the place.
What's he doing now?
I'm not sure. I wonder if he could read that letter on the wall, though.
Something's happening.
That's just creepy. Well, the thing's gone.
Whose room was this again?
The quitter's room.
Yeah.
Do you think by quit, going back to our whole suicide theory, is that what you're quitting on?
Life.
Well, that, you can't go back home. You can't go back in time. Maybe it's like you said, the theory of somebody committed suicide and this person is trying to figure out or dealing with the pain of not being able to help them or something like that. It's like nothing you could have done could have helped kind of thing. It's just like what's done is done. Oh,
What?
Oh, hi there.
'cause the other thing I'm trying to figure out, this is like the third iteration of him, right? So he's like the normal. He's got this one with the weird face. He's got
Oh,
like the
her
shadow
face
one.
changed.
To what?
Did it not? Maybe not.
That might be it.
Could he not see what's on the wall right there?
I don't know.
It just the question mark came up.
Except wait.
There you go.
Do you
oh,
remember?
Being born.
Yeah.
Come here. Is that like underground? And the whole thing is like it has to do with, was it Tira? Right? Because when you ask the tool, oh, that looks weird. Remember when I asked the tool about it and it
Does it
says,
say,
you're not Tira?
I love you, new maker. Please show Marvin where his house is. So who's Marvin? So this guy's new maker.
I think like a brother thing.
So we might know who Marvin is now.
From what?
Oh, I need to be quick about this, actually.
Be quick about what?
Because it could turn red. Again.
So if it's pink, it answers
So
his
I'm gonna
questions
ask, who
correctly,
are
and if
you?
it's red, it doesn't.
Answer correctly or answer at all?
I feel like we
Avoids.
know at this point. But good to confirm.
So who is Marvin?
I don't know.
Or do you think, do you think when it's purple, it's like embodying somebody's like essence or soul or something, but when it's red, it's just like a tool? Because he said he has to do it before it turns red,
Yeah.
right?
Go there and he'll follow you. His daughter is there.
Go where?
I was about to say that.
He's talking about the house again.
Something messed up happened at whatever house this is.
It's interesting, but it is not an answer to my question. Not at all.
And he asks, who are you?
And who follow? Like, do you think there's
So,
somebody else other than the bird that follows?
What do you think that means?
And who's the daughter? Do you
Yeah,
think
I
it's
should-
Chira?
So now I'm gonna ask the other question, do you remember being born? Oh yeah, it's just, remember being born. Because the whole thing does not fit.
So when it said come here, do you think it was like a message for him to come talk to this thing? That just happened. Also, what? Read it.
He wants 1,000 pieces for a machine beyond school basement stairway.
Do you think the 1,000 pieces is whoever he's collecting?
Machine beyond school basement stairway.
She has to go in the school now.
But where's the school? Right? We haven't figured that part out.
Also not an answer to my question.
Well, now do you see it turn dark? Oh no, it's just a shadow.
He's not pink anymore.
Yeah, and
It's like dim, right?
well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's interesting how I picked up on that.
So I mean, if that's the thing, he's very far away from the 1,000.
well, there you go.
Child library.
Library accepts people.
So yeah, I still think one of those is like one of the kids or.
Okay, well, I guess I'm kind of an idiot. I wouldn't have tried that.
I don't understand what he's referencing.
I guess these are people, right? There's my work.
Couldn't use pen.
Yeah.
Pen for what?
I don't know. Pen. Dude looks
So
like a
if I
person.
walk over here,
There's something there now. There's a big S.
yeah, it's just normal.
See that guy pen.
I can't even read that.
It says something about an aspiring mathematician.
Okay, so that's another thing.
This was the thing with the faces.
Yeah. This is completely random, right? He's just pressing buttons.
I don't know. There has to be some pattern. Like if you hit one of the 4, it drops because you could see it keeps on like. It's not always the same. It goes back and forth between, 5, 2. Now there's 3. I wonder if he's writing down each iteration how many faces there are. If it has to do with some kind of code or something. I don't know. So we got a car
Rubik's Cube.
Anything out of the ordinary here?
and a light. Whatever's on the wall.
It's on the floor. Looks like a gift box and stars and something else.
Is there anything on the bed? Yeah.
And anything down here. As usual, no. So this, if you're wondering what I'm doing here, this is Mike's face, but without the eyebrows.
Where?
And why am I doing that? Well, because eyebrows seem to be important.
Which is Mike's face? The one that he just drew to get
Yeah.
into this room?
And that's really
How does
it.
he know what Mike's face looks like?
But
I'm
nothing
assuming
seems to
it's
have actually-
whatever is the
it
face
seems
that's on
like
the
it's just
gravestone.
just regular room, right?
You know how the gravestone has a face on it?
Hmm.
And that's the gravestone of Mike Hammond, who's
Yeah,
a
okay.
gift.
I don't know.
Maybe it was like a
That's it.
miracle child,
I have one
something.
more thing to try then.
If we're thinking it's still a person. Because the gravestone had one face and then the other thing had a different face. Whatever is
This
to the right of
is
it.
Care with eyebrows.
Blocks.
the same blocks with the. It gives you the message about the house and the school.
And then something that's blacked out.
So you have Mike, Care, and Tiara. And then you have all those shadows. Yeah, so are those characters?
You think? Oh, you think those are the three that in the pet section?
Yeah,
Like the three kids?
So this is Care with eyebrows.
maybe.
And Care is the other tombstone thing that's in the courtyard,
I put Mike's eyebrows on her.
right? And Tiara, you don't know because Tiara's the creepy one that's going to come out with the limp that he wants to shoot in the head.
I
Do you remember
could
how
put other eyebrows
creepy
on
that
her,
was?
But I didn't. I put Mike's on her. I don't know if this...
But I can't tell. Is he looking at that face on the wall?
I can't tell.
You see what I'm talking about when he zooms back out?
I can't tell if it recognized it or not.
See the
Because
eyes?
everything looks
Is there no one on the bed?
like any other room.
Can't tell. It's very dark.
Except
But something has to happen in this room.
this-
Kind of feels like it's going to all the different kids' bedrooms. The only thing I wish I was paying attention to is based on which kid's room he goes into,
I
what's
don't
on
know,
the
maybe
table.
That's just something that it puts in any room.
Like if it corresponds with anything. Like he's in Care's room right now, right? There's this, but then it has the building blocks.
What?
That's what I was
Who's
wondering.
we? Some
Whoever's making this game, or the voice, the narrator. Not the narrator who's playing, but I don't know. I
Alright,
think that
jump-
one left a little bit more confusion in part 7. Hopefully part 8 gives us a
Jumping
little bit
the-
more answers.
Petscop Part 8.
Now he's on a street, so he must not be down anymore.
Are those cars?
That's the blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was red.
I was gonna say, but it's the same type of car that's on the table, like
Yeah, I
that
think so.
pickup truck lookish kind of car. But I mean, you can't get hit by it. It doesn't seem.
You trying to play Frogger?
I don't know. I wonder if he goes in there. Seems to stop when he's in the middle of the street.
He should time it. See if he could get hit.
Or just walk in?
But there's
I would
into the
walk in.
thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
What?
Oh, that's the shadow.
yeah, it
What?
kind of
Does it
looks
have
like
Yeah.
it.
colors?
So are you supposed to follow that, or is that supposed to
Would you-
follow you? Is this taking you to the school?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like
Or you're
clearly
supposed to-
wants you
you're
to.
supposed to take him to the school.
I don't know whatever that person is or thing. It looks like it has its own agenda.
That's the house.
Yeah, that's the house. Do you think the other one's the school?
I think so.
This is Marvin, right? This is Marvin.
I'm not sure why he thinks it's Marvin.
Because he said Marvin will follow Marvin or something.
I think you're
No,
confused,
he said Marvin will follow you.
To the school, right?
Yeah. Or he said he'll follow you, and he's assuming that it's
I don't think
Marvin.
you know. I don't think you get what you're doing.
We should walk into the wall too.
Why does he look
Just
like
bolted.
Excuse me?
I wonder if he hits that again, if it's gonna look like something different.
He went up.
Why's this guy going down?
Will I find him if I go up?
So now he's just backtracking, right?
Yeah.
He's like never gonna find this thing again. Remember how hard he said he had to walk around for like 10 hours? Just in this pitch black, dark, grassy area. I wonder if he's going back to the house from the first episode, and if he does, it's gonna play that weird music like it did.
I still don't understand how he knows where to even walk. Like, why is he choosing this direction?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Instead of
He
going-
clearly said he does not know. Now
Sorry.
he's just somehow back in here. That's what I'm saying. It seems like it can't be just no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's not here now. There's not even a passageway or anything.
How do you end up here?
Can you remember when you saw this?
So what am I looking at? Is there something on the wall? I think he needs to go back to where those cars are
Well,
coming.
it could have changed between then and 2004. After 2004, my mom had it reportedly.
What?
Well, okay. Thanks.
That was weird.
Who was he talking to at the end?
Just more questions.
So yeah, I think
Yeah, that
after
answered like nothing.
5 through 8, just even a little bit more confused. I mean, it definitely introduced more characters. It brought back a lot of the things from the first couple parts. The bird that he couldn't catch. There's clearly a new character in the game, not one that's, I guess, one that's alive, that's moving around. Something weird with the cameras going on with you're being filmed. You know, the one by the windmill?
Mm-hmm.
Like if it clearly went down, is now focusing on him.
I just thought it was interesting how the tool changed colors.
And
Yeah.
answered questions differently.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the colors matter. It seemed like it was giving you answers, but then it was just like a tool. Now, and you saw the building blocks, we saw the tool, we saw the car, right? Now we have to wait. Is the Rubik's Cube going to come into play? We saw a black box that we don't know. It seemed like it was being black something out. Like
Yeah.
you can't see what's on that table.
But who's we? Is it was that part of the game or was that him? The
I
guy
think
reporting this.
I think it's I don't know. Because I'm still on the theory that there's like a split personality thing going on. And it's like we, right? And
Like Venom.
no, I guess, but it's like the new Maker character and like his alter ego, which is just the same character of him with the green mask on. Like you said, it
Which-
kind of looked like a devil. Maybe it's like the eviler side, like the voice in his head, kind of like
But the
something
guy
like
that's
that.
narrating thinks it's Marvin.
But is there any indication that it is this Marvin character? Because it doesn't seem like he was following you. He was trying to follow. Like
That-
it said that if you go to the school, right, something will follow you.
Yeah.
But that guy was clearly in the lead. And was
Which guy, the
discovering
horn guy?
Yeah, the horn guy.